Hello, and welcome to another episode of my Coffee Break art classes. Here you'll find little snippets of information about well-known works of art. In this video, we're going to take an overview of the Arnolfini Portrait, painted by Jan van Eyck in 1434. This painting was painted in oil paints on an oak panel. It's not large, just 82 centimetres high and 60 centimetres wide, but it's considered one of the most original and complex paintings in Western art, showing what many art historians believe is a form of marriage contract recorded as a painting. Signed and dated by Van Eyck in 1434, it's the oldest panel painting to have been executed in oil paints rather than tempera. Van Eyck used the technique of applying several layers of thin, translucent glazes to create a painting with the intensity of both tone and colour. The glowing colours also help to highlight the realism and to show the material wealth and opulence of the Arnolfini world. Van Eyck took advantage of the longer drying times in oil paint to blend colours by painting wet in wet, which achieves subtle variations in light and shade to heighten the illusion of three-dimensional forms. A technique that was subsequently utilised by other Renaissance painters. The use of oil paint also permitted Van Eyck to capture surface appearances and distinguish textures precisely. He rendered the effects of both direct and diffuse light by showing the light from the window on the left reflected by various surfaces, and it's been suggested that he would have needed to use a magnifying glass to paint the minute details, such as the amber beads that hang by the mirror. Whatever meaning is given to the scene and its details, and there has been much debate on this, it is the only 15th century northern panel to survive where the people are shown engaged in some sort of activity in a contemporary interior. It's indeed tempting to call this the first genre painting, a painting of everyday life perhaps. The painting is in very good condition, although with small losses of original paint and some damages which have mostly been retouched. Infrared reflectograms of the painting show only small alterations from the underdrawing to both their faces, their hands, and to the mirror. The two figures are very richly dressed. Despite the season, they're both in their outer garments, all trimmed and fully lined with fur. He wears a hat of plaited straw dyed black, which was often worn in the summer at that time. His tabard was originally more purple than it is now, as the pigments have faded. Her dress is made of elaborate cloth and has a long train. The interior of the room has other signs of wealth. The brass chandelier is large and elaborate and would have been very expensive at the time. The convex mirror at the back, in a wooden frame with scenes of the Passion painted behind circles of glass, it's shown larger than such mirrors would actually have been at this date. Another discreet departure from realism by Van Eyck. Even the oranges casually placed to the left are a sign of wealth. They were very expensive at that time in Burgundy. Further signs of luxury are the elaborate bed hangings and the carvings on the chair and the bench against the back wall. Also, the small oriental carpet on the floor by the bed. The mirror at the back reflects two additional figures just inside the door that the couple are facing. The second figure wearing red is presumably the artist, although in this case he does not seem to be painting. The dog at the girl's foot is an early breed now known as the Brussels Griffon. Little dogs are claimed to represent fidelity, hence the adopted name Fido. And when you think of it, you often find small dogs at the feet of statues of ladies on tombs in churches. The painting is signed, inscribed and dated on the wall above the mirror, a Latin phrase which translates to Jan van Eyck was here 1434. The inscription looks as if it were painted in large letters on the wall, as was often done with proverbs and other phrases at this period. The position of a signature, however, is unusual, and other surviving Van Eyck signatures are painted on the wooden frames of his paintings. This is one of a series about the Arnolfini Portrait. There are more on my channel. Thank you for watching this coffee break art class. I hope you enjoyed it. Please leave a comment and click the subscribe button. See you next time.